What's up everybody, Pilgrim here with another video. Today I'm doing something totally different, but before we get into that, let me just ask you guys a quick question. When you go to meet new people, and maybe new friends that you might see at a local bar. You're trying to meet new people, you go in, you see some people, you look like-minded individuals, but how do you get to know them? Do you bond maybe over movies or music or, I don't know, the newest episode of this, that, and the other? Not me, no sir. You know what I do? I bond over cereal. And today, what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna go through a tier maker, specifically of cereals. I don't know if you know this about me, you probably don't. I, at one point, was a big boy. I was a pretty big boy, and I therefore love food, and I love breakfast cereal. Because let's be honest, breakfast food is already the quintessential, it's the best food ever. Cereal is the number one cereal. I'd argue 100%. It's the number one cereal. It's the number one food, not the number one cereal. Cereal's already the number one cereal. Can't take that away from it. If you're not lost in this video, in this intro yet, well, hang tight, ladies and gentlemen, because here we go. Now you see, back in my day, and when I say my day, I'm talking about the 90s. I loved Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks are just you can't shit on them. They're great cereal. Well, you could shit on them, but people generally like to go in the bathroom nowadays. I don't know about everybody, but, you know, some people do. Apple Jacks, though, should not be shat on. They're a good cereal. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I mean, it's not S tier by any means, but it's good. What is this one? Is this the Boo Berry? Is that the one? I've never actually had this cereal, so we're gonna put it in the never had, because we're being honest, alright? Here's where the cheese gets binding. Cap'n Crunch. It's been around a long time. A lot of people like Cap'n Crunch. There's nothing wrong with Cap'n Crunch. But, listen to what I'm about to say. If you like eating miniature cheese graters in a bowl and you put milk on it, then you'll love Cap'n Crunch. I like my mouth the way it is. Cap'n Crunch, sorry, but it ain't my thing. We're getting into all the Cap'n Crunches here, so bear with me, because they all have little differences. Crunch berries, there's something about berries. There's something about berry cereal. Fruity cereal is amazing. Cap'n Crunch berries, C tier. Still gonna cut the shit out of you. It's like eating a bowl of razor blades, but that's okay. If you're willing to take that risk, then let conscience be your guide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I went to the store, this has been a few years ago, and I don't know what they've laced this cereal with, but the captain had a few tricks up his sleeve. This shit was incredible. Amazing cereal, but it's definitely A tier. It's so good. If you haven't had it, do yourself a favor and go and have it. This is kind of a cop-out, right? You've got Cap'n Crunch berries, all berries, basically the same thing. Now, when it comes to peanut butter, everyone who knows me knows that I love I would do some things for peanut butter. Things. So therefore, even though eating Cap'n Crunch is like eating, you name it, sharp cardboard, sharpened pencils, box of knives, peanut butter's worth it. So therefore, it has to go in A tier. It has to. All right, next up is Cheerios. Ah, yes, Cheerios. The thing that is good for your heart and all the cholesterol and all the fat that you shove down your gullet, it's good for that. Now, you might be a little surprised. Why am I putting it in B tier? Well, let me tell you something. Or if you grew up with not many cereals in your cupboard, like I did, and let's say, I don't know, you have two other cereals that are also low in the box, and you have a little bit of Cheerios, there you go. Cheerios are incredible. It's a blank canvas. The world is at your fingertips. You can add whatever you want. Granola, chocolate, bananas, strawberries, blueberries. You could even put it on top of yogurt. And there you go. You got a nice little crunchy crunch to it. But let me tell you what, if you mix Cheerios with any other cereal, you've got the same cereal. It's the same thing. It's gotta be a B tier. It's marketing genius that we're dealing with. I don't know what else to call it. Whoever made the Cheerio, good on you, brother. Now, chocolate Cheerios, that's gotta go higher, because chocolate is arguably my favorite thing ever. I love chocolate. I love everything flavored chocolate. Chocolate's better than vanilla, by the way. That one's not up for debate. Chocolate's better than vanilla. Fuck all you others. Frosted Cheerios, never had, but I could imagine that a sugary cereal, probably decent. I mean, certainly probably isn't bad. Never had it, so it's the name of the game. Gotta go by the rules. Rice Chex. I'm putting it up with Cheerios for the exact same reasons. However, if you have been, I don't know, living under a rock your whole life, Rice Chex are used to make the finest delicacy God has graced us with on this earth, and that is puppy chow. If you don't know what puppy chow is, let me explain it to you. It's rice Chex, it's melted peanut butter, melted chocolate, and on top of that, you put it in a bag and you shake it up with a little powdered sugar or burger sugars. Just kidding. And it's amazing. It'll change your life. It'll make your nipples go right into a point. If you want to have 3D nipples, go right ahead. That'll do it to you. Blueberry, I don't really need to have any other explanation. Blueberry is another delicious flavor. Let me tell you a little story. One day when I was, I don't know, not that much older than I am, or younger than I am now. I can't be older than I am now unless I'm in the future. But anyways, one of my friends told me, have you ever had cinnamon Chex? And I said, nope, can't say I have. Well, he goes, why don't you try it? It tastes exactly like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I was super jazzed. I took my friend's word for it. I went to the store that day, not later. I didn't forget about it like some asshole friend. If you go to the store that day and you're that jazzed up about a cereal, it better be fucking good. I go to the store, I go in just like any Walmart goer. I've got Walmart apparel, you know, the normal stuff. I go in, get my cinnamon Chex, check out, go home, pour a bowl, put some milk on it, and eat it. And you know what? It didn't fucking taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That friend was an asshole and a liar. So, because of that, D tier. It's not sweet enough. It needs some sweetness. It didn't bang, you know? Just didn't bang. Didn't bang. Not like the other bangs in this. Anyway, moving on. Chips Ahoy. All right, I'm just gonna say this like outright. These remake cereals, they're just subpar. They don't bang. They don't bang just like Cinnamon Chex. It's going in the C tier. It ain't. I'd eat it. I'd eat it if I had to. If I was starving on an island with Tom Hanks and a fucking volleyball, I'd eat it. If you don't get that reference, you can go to hell. Just kidding. Don't go to hell. It's a bad place. Cinnabon, never had it. But once again, if you've, I don't know, been entirely oblivious to this earth or never been to a strip mall, do yourself a favor and go and get a Cinnabon. Because not only will your taste buds thank you, but you also get obesity. It's kind of worth it. Here we're getting into some good cereals. I don't even need to say anything. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's fucking goated. You have an argument with that? Get the fuck out of here. I think Cocoa Puffs, they're a chocolatey cereal. They're definitely not bad. Okay, the reason they're not S tier is because they also are like eating a box of razor blades. So they're chocolatey. They change the milk to chocolate milk if you want to have your mind blown. Pour some chocolate milk on top of that shit, you'll be bouncing off a wall for 30 minutes. So therefore, it gets an A. Cookie Crisp. All right, I just gotta get something off my chest real quick. What asshole decided one day that they were gonna put this wolf on here? Before it was a dog. Why they switched logos and the mascot? I don't know. But either way, it's not bad. It's an okay cereal. It's definitely better than Chips Ahoy. It's definitely better than Captain Crunch, that's for sure. B tier. Cornflake. If you go over to your grandma's house, you know that they will feed you until you pop. Let me tell you this, grandma don't have good cereal. They just don't. Grandmas, they just don't know good cereal if it came up and it smacked their wig off. If you go to your grandma's house and you open up a cupboard where all of her cereals are, there's probably cornflakes and there's probably Raisin Bran. Cornflakes, it ain't bad, it just ain't good. But grandma probably is sitting there going, but it'll make your bones strong, Jimmy. Therefore, you acquiesce. You say, yes, grandma, you are right. They will make my bones strong. I will eat them for you. And then you go, delicious. Oh God, I hope she doesn't ask for more. Just eat the cornflakes, just so you don't have to make grandma cry. Pops are a good cereal. There's nothing wrong with Pops. Pops are decent. Count Chocula. I'm just gonna say this right away. I'm not the biggest fan of Count Chocula. I almost put it D tier, but I think it's C tier, and here's why. I'm not a fan of marshmallows. I don't like marshmallows in general, but I don't like marshmallows in cereal. Let me tell you this, it just wasn't that good. It's just an average chocolate cereal. Cracklin' Oat Bran. Cracklin' Oat Bran. Cracklin' Oat Bran? I don't need to say anything. On to the next one. Eggo, maple and syrup. I've never had this, but I would imagine it's probably pretty good. Frankenberry. I've had Frankenberry a couple of times. It's another fruity cereal. I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B. It's okay. It ain't, but you know what? I'm gonna put Pops down here, and I'm gonna put yeah, that's better. The Frankenberry, it's just okay. I don't need to explain myself. French Toast Crunch. I'm going straight to A tier. I don't know if you've ever had French Toast Crunch, but it's incredible. It's like the little brother to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's almost S tier. Fruit Loops rather. Fruit Loops are goated. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Fruit Loops. There's nothing wrong with them. They're an A tier cereal. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Frosted Flakes. Now, Tony the Tiger thinks they're great, and I think they're average. Here's the thing about Frosted Flakes. They're just a little too sweet. Like, when you eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes, afterwards, like, your throat feels like scratchy. Mini wheats. Ah, yes. So now, you might be appalled by why I just put them at S tier. Here's why I put mini wheats at the top. When I was a little kid, every morning, but well, not every morning before school, almost every morning before school, I ate mini wheats. They're delicious. And if you let them sit in the bowl too long, they turn to mush, but that's a whole nother story. You want to have a good time, you get naked, you let some mini wheats go to mush, and then you just rub them all over and hide yourself like Arnold Schwarzenegger did in Predator. I don't know what you'd be hiding from, but you could do it. Just a thought. Golden Crisp. Golden Crisp, they're not bad. I think these and Pops are pretty similar. Golden Grams. These are going straight. I don't know about you guys, but Golden Grams, I will say Golden Grams are the most slept on cereal. I don't know. By the way, I had these probably like 2 years ago. And did you know that they're essentially graham crackers in miniature version? Did that like dawn on anybody? Because it just happened to like a few years ago to me. Like as if the name on the cereal box couldn't have been a bigger indicator. You seeing Gorilla Munch? I'm disgusted by the words that just came out of my mouth. What are we, at a petting zoo? When I think of Gorilla Munch, I immediately just think of one of those dispensers where little Jimmy begs you to put in a quarter and you twist it and then you hold your hand out and you feed the gorillas. That's what you do. Who made this cereal? A zookeeper? Kids eat this? Kids enjoy this cereal? I certainly have never had it. But I'm just gonna put it in the trash because whoever the fuck made that shit up needs to get the hell out of the cereal industry and go to the zoo industry. Jesus, on to the next one. There are a few cereals that will just change your life. Honey Bunches of Oats, especially the honey roasted ones, there's nothing better than a bowl of those in the morning. You can't change my mind, sorry. Honeycomb. Honeycomb are okay. I give them a C. Honey Nut Cheerios. I would say Honey Nut Cheerios deserve to be higher than regular Cheerios for obvious reasons. They're a little bit better because they're not plain. Therefore, they're A tier. Donuts. Never had it. But I will say I do love powdered donuts, especially the donut kinds. Kashi Go Lean. Kind of looks like gerbil food, but never had it. So also, just a side note, it says original flavor. Can someone tell me what original flavor is? Do they mean vanilla? If so, that's misleading. Bad marketing. You should take some notes from the Cheerio people. On to the next one. Kix. Oh yeah, I love Kix. Kix are awesome. It's like a little corn puff that's a little slightly sweet. Love them. Actually, you know what? They're going in A tier. Crave. I love Crave. As I've probably made clear by now, I love chocolate. If you fill something with chocolate, that means I'll also love it. Plain and simple. Very good job, Kellogg. You're killing the game. Not as much as General Mills, but you're onto something. Ah yes, life. Now, let me just put both of these in S tier. You cannot change my mind. It is an S tier cereal without a doubt. Of these S tiers, I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch is still the best. This is probably how I'd rank them right now. Lucio O's. Of course, we just have to include video games into cereal. Get that out of here. I don't even know what it is, but I bet it tastes like ass. Lucky Charms. This is where I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers. So if you remember earlier in this video, I said something about not liking marshmallows. Let me tell you something. If you like guzzling corn syrup in the morning, this is your cereal because Lucky Charms tastes like nothing but sugar. Cereal's already sugary as fuck. You add marshmallows to it? What is wrong with you people? No wonder America's obese. No wonder I was obese when I was a kid. There are only two instances where marshmallows need to be in something. One, a s'more, makes sense, deserves to be there, or hot chocolate, not in fucking cereal. D tier. Don't put fucking marshmallows in your cereal. That's all I'm saying. Nut or butter. Now, I did just shit on these like remake cereals, because they just aren't. But noted what we just said about chocolate and peanut butter. The Chips Ahoy kind, so therefore they have to go higher than that. Both of them. They're decent. Let me... Side note for just a second, the store right now and you buy some Nutter Butters and you get 2 bowls, you put one full of peanut butter and one full of hot fudge and you dip one right into the other and you eat a Nutter Butter, that will give you an orgasm. I can assure you that because personal experience. Anyway, Cocoa Pebbles. Let me just say this much. I don't know what it is. I know that Cocoa Pebbles are basically the same thing as any chocolate cereal. I get that. But when it's in pebble form, it's something entirely different. If you don't like Cocoa Pebbles, we can't be friends. Sorry. Fruity Pebbles. I don't think anyone has to debate here. Fruity Pebbles are the best cereal ever. If you don't like Fruity Pebbles, you're a serial killer. See what I did there? Fruity Pebbles are incredible. Seriously though, Fruity Pebbles, hands down the best cereal ever. They're incredible. Now, to all you parents out there, if you're watching this and you're thinking about, man, what is this kid on? I'm gonna do you a favor right now. Kids, if you're watching this and you're always wondering why after breakfast your mom's always like fake happy and she's pissed off while she's doing the dishes, and all of a sudden you walk up and you're like, Mom, 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 and she goes, what? And she gets mad at you. It's because you took the fucking Fruity Pebbles, and when you were finished, you didn't put anything in it, and they hardened to the bowl like concrete. If you let Fruity Pebbles, if you eat a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, and there's like 5 or 6 left over, stick to the side of the bowl like that, and they harden, you can't get them off. So do your parents a favor, or whoever you live with, do them a favor, fill your bowl up with some Wawa so they don't stick to the side. You'll thank me later. Pop-Tarts. Never had them, so I have to do this. Sorry. Oh, Raisin Bran. You know, we said the same thing about having a grandma cereal. Raisin Bran, trash. They belong in the trash. I don't know what happens when you put crunch in it, but something gets a little bit better. I don't know why. Can't explain it. Can't explain the science. Reese's Puffs are just going in the top. If you know anything about from watching this video, you know about me, it's that I love chocolate and peanut butter. Oh, mama. I love Reese's Puffs. Gonna go in front of normal life. Rice Krispies, they go up there with the other plain B tier cereals. Cocoa Krispies, on the other hand, they deserve to go a little bit higher because they're chocolate. Obvious reason. S'mores, I've only had s'mores maybe once, maybe twice. They weren't super memorable, so because of that, I'm gonna give them a B tier. From what I remember, they weren't bad. Okay, this cereal got released a little while ago. This Sour Patch cereal. I'll just say this much. I will eat almost anything on this earth other than maybe poop. Sour Punch, they don't deserve to be in cereal. They don't. They don't deserve to be in cereal. If you want to eat Sour Punch Kids or Sour Patch Kids, eat them as candy. Don't eat them as cereal. Also, terrible marketing. These go in the trash. Special K, they're another meh cereal. They're grandma cereal. Special K, yogurt and berries, never had it. Mini Wheats, strawberry, also never had it. But I will say this. I had the blueberry Mini Wheats. Those are incredible. Trix, they just got that nostalgia. They got that, you know, the Saturday cartoons. You're sitting there, you're watching, you know, SpongeBob and whatever you watched back then. You have a bowl of Trix. They gotta go in A tier. Waffle Crisps ain't bad, man. I'll say that much. They deserve to be in the B tier. You don't like Waffle Crisp, then, well, that's your opinion. You're wrong, but that's your opinion. The very last cereal, we have come to Wheaties. Everyone knows that Wheaties are the cereal that your parents forced you to eat because they wanted you to grow up big and strong. They're actually decent. They're an okay cereal. They do deserve to be in the same tier as Captain Crunch. I don't care what you say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this gives you some insight about old Wilgrim. This is the best cereal tier list you will ever see. I don't care what anyone says. All the other ones were wrong. This one is correct. If you think otherwise, well, I don't know what to tell you. I feel sorry for you. That's all I'm gonna have to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've learned a lot today, haven't we? Anyway, if you guys like this type of video, then maybe I'll do some more tier makers. This is pretty fun. I like this. But I gotta say, when it comes to old cereal, Wilgrim knows a little thing or two. So anyway, guys, thanks for tagging along. I'll catch you in the next one. Fare thee well.